Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's look is going to be a Valentine's inspired tutorial. I was thinking kind of like it's exactly this look, but I haven't finished it yet, so we're going to finish it together. I wanted to do something that was along Victoria's Secret kind of vibes. So I'm thinking Valentine's, soft but sexy. So it can be your date night, still be soft on the skin, still be soft on the eyes. And in my mind, that feels like Victoria's Secret. That is always soft and sexy. Except when I think of Victoria's Secret, I always think bronzy, but bring in like some rosy tones in there, some pink tones in there. And it's pretty easy to do. So yeah, this is gonna be a little Valentine's look. So the palette that I'm using today is actually the Kylie Cosmetics palette. I don't actually know which one this is called. It's the one that's got all the rosy tones in it. It doesn't actually say at the back, it just says pressed powder palette. I'm gonna start off with this shade here, which is Mauve Me. It's definitely beginner friendly. I already have my concealer base on the lid. I'm just applying this shade on the outer corner and through the crease, but only on the outer corner. And this is like a burgundy shade, but I want to keep it as soft as possible. Like, you could go dark with this, but I don't want to. We have to keep with the whole soft vibe. So I'm just whacking that shade on, and that's literally it for that shade. I'm then going in with the next shade, which is actually the main shade. This is shade Blushing. It does actually have shimmer inside, but it doesn't. Does it show on the eye? It does show on the eye. You can see a bit of a glow there, but it's not like, I wouldn't look at someone and think your whole eyelid is shimmery. It's not like a pigmented shimmer. And I'm going to use that as the transitional colour. So I'm really just throwing this on, blending this out towards the temple. I don't actually have any plans for Valentine's or Galentines this year. It is mine and James's last Valentine's together as just us two. So I do want to do something nice. Well, it's the last time ever. To put it frank, it's the last time ever just us. We don't usually do anything for Valentine's unless we both plan it together. So I'm thinking to maybe surprise him with just like a nice meal indoors. I'm not really wanting to go out right now because I'm getting bigger. I can go out, but it's more of like a local thing. Do you know what I mean? I don't want to be going uptown because I am literally lugging a weight around with me right now. So I didn't even say, I'm now putting this shade in the entire inner corner. So this one shade really is the main colour. For the inner corner, I'm actually patting the shade on so you get more pigment. And then for the rest of the eye, I'm going back and forth to get a nice blend. I want this to be very blurred, so I am just kind of whacking the shades on and really blending this and kind of creating more of a wash of colour, which is not how I usually teach. Usually I say to pack the colour on and then blend afterwards, but for this look, I do kind of want it more of like a wash of colour because I don't want to go too intense with it. I actually then went back in with the first shade, Mauve Me, and just reignited that colour on the outer corner, just so it's a little bit more, I know I just said I wanted a wash of colour, but just so it's just a little bit more there. You see how simple that is? You're then going to need an angled liner brush because we're going to do some liner. And in here, there's a shade called Burgundy Baby, which is what it says. Well, it says burgundy. It actually looks more of like a deep purple. And I'm going to do a smoky wing. You can probably see it on this side, but it's very small. When I think of Victoria's Secret, I don't feel like I'm seeing huge wings all the time. I feel like it's like a really small, fluttery kind of vibe on the corner. So I'm going to use this eyeshadow just to create a really soft and thin wing. Thin being the key point. I want this to have that sharp edge, but because you're using eyeshadow, it's still keeping it smoky. So yeah, no plans at the moment, but let me know what you think I should do for James. I know he should probably be doing something for me, considering I'm the baby mama. And he might be, I don't know. Even if it's like an M&S meal, you know? I've heard that M&S, is it their finest? Is it finest? I know Tesco's is finest. You know what I mean? Like the finest M&S range in the Indian takeaway. I've heard that's incredible, so maybe I could just do something like that, get a wine just for him. And I'm actually planning on doing an at-home maternity shoot as well for me and James, and the bump, obviously. But yeah, I'm just gonna kind of go with the flow. I want something that's really fun and just intimate and just being ourselves, you know? I don't want it to be too posy. Well, actually, no. Do I? Maybe I do. I've got like some inspo pics, and I'm just gonna like throw a bed cover over a chair or over like my bed panels and create like a backdrop. But I feel like doing that together will just be a nice experience. Plus we'll be saving a lot of money because I'm sure it's probably hundreds of pounds to do an actual, you know, professional shoot. See how simple that look is? The lashes are really important, and I actually go in with some individual lashes. These are actually from Unicorn Cosmetics, and I'm going in with the 16mm ones. As you can see, they're almost gone. And I've only put 2 on my eyes. There's one right on the corner, and then there's one a little bit further in. Like, I've left a bit of a gap because I want it to be quite fluttery. Let me know what you guys doing for Valentine's. Are you going out? Are you going out with the girls? Are you doing anything? Are you staying in? I feel like as well, like, if you don't follow me on my other platforms, I haven't actually spoken about this on YouTube yet, but I did get engaged last year, so we're doing a lot of wedding planning at the moment. If you do want to see bits of the engagement, then head over to the other apps, because I have posted the engagement on there. He did so well and caught the entire thing, and it was so well planned. But right now I feel like I've got so much going on. Like, I'm planning for the baby, and then I'm the nursery, and then got to pack a hospital bag, and the baby shower, and I'm doing a pregnancy photo shoot at home, which I don't have to do, but I've added that onto the list, and buying all the baby stuff. And then on top of that, I'm booking everything for the wedding, because we are getting married next year. And you might think, oh, you've got so long. I do, but when the baby actually arrives, I actually only have a year, like a year and 2 months, or a year and a month. There's a lot going on there. I'm gonna have to get my ass in the gym. I need to find a dress, because I'm not looking at dresses until the baby's here, obviously. So right now I'm just planning all of the wedding so that I don't have to think about it when he's here, because when he is here, I'm fully prepared that it's gonna be hard, it's gonna be a bit intense, and I'm not going to want to do any wedding planning. I'm assuming I'm probably gonna be just like in my baby bubble. So those are the lashes on the outer corner. I really love using individual lashes, especially when you know exactly how you want it and you can customize it to your eye shape. Gone are the days of a full lash. I'm sitting here thinking, what's missing? Like, why does this lash not look the same as the other side? And that's because I haven't put any mascara on, which is clever. So let's put some mascara on to get that blend. I was meant to do that first, but I don't usually, but I did it on the other side. See how that blends so much better now? Okay, we're now onto the skin. I am actually loving this technique, and I haven't stopped using it since I found out about it. This is like a Scott Barnes technique. I spoke about this on the other app. This is lip balm, literally just going underneath your eyes, and it hydrates your under eye and stops it from creasing. It also makes your concealer not so heavy underneath the eyes as well. If you get dry under eyes, which I do because I've got dry skin, I love doing that. See how hydrated they look already? And I want to do some underpainting today, because when I think of Victoria's Secret, I think they've obviously got model-like skin, and it's very soft but blurred but bronzy. So I'm going to do underpainting. I'm going to go in with the Jordan T-shirt bronzer duo. This is in Gilded Sand. So I'm keeping that really high up on the cheekbones, patting that into the skin with a Made by Mitchell brush. Don't worry about it being too intense. If you saw last week's video of underpainting, it's going to be pretty much the same technique. But now I'm looking at this bronzer, I'm thinking, I don't think that's actually dark enough, because I've put tan on today, and I don't usually put tan on, but today I have. So I'm like, oh, maybe I need to actually go a little bit darker with the bronzer so that we can actually see it once it is blended out. Here it is. So this is in Toffee Toast. Whenever you see me using this, it is in Toffee Toast. I'm just gonna basically layer that. Oh no, it is a little bit darker. Yeah, I hadn't used the Jordana T-shirt one in a while. It was my winter shade, so now I'm thinking I'm actually going to have to use a different shade, as I'm now putting tan on, as we're going to go into the... Why am I talking about summer? We're literally in February. I'm like, summertime. And for foundation, guys, oh my flipping god, I have to use this today because I'm going for like a glowy vibe. This is a foundation that I reviewed the other day as a potential bridal foundation for myself, and it is the Makeup Forever HD Skin Hydra Glow. I bought this because I saw a creator swipe this on their face once, and I was like, I need that now. I would never have thought to pick this up. Wait till you flipping see this on the skin. If you're a normal dry skin girly, you may potentially want this. So I'm just going to use a brush to apply this around the bronzer at the moment. I'm not going to apply that on top of it just yet. I'm going to wait right to the end to go over the bronzer. But look, oh my goodness. Can you see what I mean? How this is a potential bridal foundation, because I actually cannot. I'm kind of thinking to myself, like, stop using this foundation, because you know when you use something so much that you then go off of it, you know, like when you listen to a song all the time then you go off of it. I don't want that to happen with this foundation. I almost want to put it in a corner and be like, right, this is a potential foundation for my bridal, and then come back to it next year. That is just, I can't cope. It's like the best my skin has ever looked. I still need to do a wear test on it, so there could be faults. You know, I haven't done like a flashback test or anything. Oh my god, I didn't even think about that, and it says HD on it. That could be a flaw. Usually a HD foundation is flashback. Interesting. I will need to do a wear test for sure on that. Are we all seeing this? Honestly, like, if this was my wedding day, I'd be so happy with this foundation. For concealer, I'm actually going to go in with my Kylie Cosmetics one, but I don't want to go too intense because I don't want it too bright of an under eye. I want it bright, but not like brightness absolutely everywhere. You know, I want to keep it as bronzy as possible. So I'm going to use a sponge just to pat that into the skin, and then if I feel like any areas are too bright, I'll just go back in with that foundation. I don't know if it is the pregnancy or if it is that foundation, but I feel like my skin has never looked better right now. I don't know what's going on. Before pregnancy, my skin was not like this. Okay, so you guys know that I love blush, so I'm going to be going in with about 3 different blushes and create my own little concoction. I want to have something a little bit more intense because Victoria's Secret is known to have like that red blush, but red blush just isn't for me for this particular look. I want to keep it more on the pinky side like my eyes. 2 liquid blushes. One is the Beauty Crop in Lychee and one is Doll Beauty in Malibu Barbet. I'm not sure if this is even going to pick up on camera because I can't see it right now. A little bit of pink underneath the eye on the outer corner. Then the next one is going to go like on the cheekbone. I feel like that shade in Lychee actually goes perfectly with the eye look as well. And for that I'm going to use a sponge just to blend them both together. See how it just makes it a little bit more intense on the cheekbone with that second shade. Okay, so I'm going to go in with 2 powders now. I think I just said this to you guys. They're both Huda Beauty. Huda Beauty is my go-to. I do actually want to try some new setting powders and see how they compare, because I have always used these. I have moved on from other ones before, but you know, and you're like, I just want to see if there's anything else that could be better. Although these are amazing, there's nothing wrong with them and I do love them. I just want to try some new stuff. I'm going to go in with Cherry Blossom on the outer corner and Pound Cake everywhere else, which is my go-to shade. See how that brightens for my skin tone? I love this shade, and it will just go so nicely with the blush as well. And then I'm just applying Pound Cake in that inner corner, connecting it to that pink and bringing it down everywhere else that I would usually set. I usually only set my T-zone because I do want to keep some glow on the skin. Okay, so I did put some powder bronzer, powder blush and some highlight on. I'll just quickly talk to you about those. The blush is Jordana T-shirt in Appreciate You, and I really put on a small amount and made this really blurred and going into my eyes because I just don't want it to be too intense. I also focus these right around the perimeter of the face. I don't want it going right into the middle. Bronzer, of course, is MAC Give Me Sun. I actually put quite a lot of this on, but again, only round the edges, not really bringing it that far in, just to get that bronzy Victoria's Secret kind of vibe. Then highlight. I don't usually wear powder highlight. I really do recommend this one. Usually I like more of like a wet looking glow, so I usually stick to cream and liquid highlighters, but you can see the glow here. It is so stunning. I have to put you on this. It is Iconic London, and it is the Lit and Illuminous in shade Universal. It is such a nice highlight because it's not intense. I'm just not into like an intense blinding highlight anymore. I want something that's soft, lit from within, and I feel like that definitely gives it. And I didn't pinpoint this. I kind of just spread it all over the cheekbones. You've got kind of a glow everywhere going on. Okay, so for lips, I'm going in with Doll Beauty in Kiss My Sass. I want like a pinky nude liner, but I want that liner to be like a deep pink. I love how everyone's doing like these cherry lips right now. I'm not going to do cherry. I feel like we're on the same kind of vibe with the pink. And I'm going for more of like a rounded Cupid's bow rather than sharp. See how that's almost like a wine shade? I do really like this. Cream Cup from MAC. This is one of my favourite shades from MAC for bridal in particular, especially if you like a pinky shade. But at the moment, I'm just loving this. Like, there's a few shades that I like from MAC. I know a lot of you are requesting my favourite bridal lip combos at the moment, so maybe I'll do that for next week's video. Cream Cup is such a nice pinky shade. See how nice that goes with that lip liner? And this is the finished look. Guys! This is 100% how I'm doing my makeup at Valentine's this year, no matter what I'm doing. No matter what I'm doing, because this is just, I'm actually going to take inspo from this for my wedding day as well, but not these colours, because it is just so fluttery. I feel like every time I do my makeup now, I should just channel Victoria's Secret. And what would the models wear down the catwalk? If I think like that, I feel like my makeup will always slay. Let me know what you think, guys. I feel like that was a really easy Valentine's glam for whatever you're doing, and no matter what, you're gonna look hot but also soft at the same time, and it's girly because it's pink. So that's it for today's post. I will see you next week. I post every Wednesday. I know today's Thursday. Don't ask. Anything at all that you want to see, just let me know down below. Love you guys, have an amazing week, and happy Valentine's. Wait, Valentine's is next week. Happy Valentine's for next week.